pop. That's for audio sync. Man. The step-by-step process my brain goes through at times. I will have an idea and I want to go do the thing. And I imagine the idea in a grand sense and not the particulars involved. So I wanted to come talk. I was on the couch and I had the idea to come talk. And in my head was, outside. That's where I'm going to talk. So then then I go to set up the camera and it starts recording. And when it started recording, there was I could stop it here. Or we could just let him go. One day I will be able to watch myself be myself for a little bit. Well, that's today. I could do that now, actually. That felt so profound. And then it just was a statement of what is. Yeah, I right now can go watch myself be myself. I'm looking for more examples because I'm kind of obsessed with me. Finally. Took long enough. Zetus Lapidus. And in that obsession, of myself. in that obsession with myself, it has exploded a curiosity. I use the language obsession with self. And when I say obsession, what I mean is something that doesn't spend time, no. I do negatives a lot. No. Let me not do this in the negative. When I think of obsession, it is in line with, it is all that I think about. It's all I want to do. Or it has not my entire focus, but it consistently, it's a measurement of consistency of my focus on a thing. Yeah, it is a metric that I use for measuring how, not just how often I think about the thing, how often thinking about the thing motivates my actions. Yeah, those two pieces for now. uh, when I think about when I think about obsession, that's how I look at it. My thoughts are constantly focused on it, and my actions are guided by or motivated in order for me to move towards whatever it is. You hear that? Man, my nervous system isn't activated when I hear that, and when I imagine the fear that those in warring countries, the ones that the ones that America, the political party, I say we a lot when I'm referring to America, like we are bombing Iran and we are allowing Israel to bomb kind of whoever, as what it feels like. Um, so at the moment, thinking about uh, being afraid of those being bomber planes, how differently my body would feel right now. I feel it a little bit thinking about it. My empathy is acting up. It's not even acting up. That's that's just it. My empathy is activating. Yeah, let's go with the second take. um, obsession. When I think about it in those terms, um, because there was a period of time where I had a negative. Well, I guess no. I guess it wasn't. I didn't have a fully negative connotation with the language of obsession. Not fully, and partly a no. I have interpersonal trauma related to obsession. When I was a kid, when I was when I was a young warthog, I would become obsessed with a particular girl who typically weren't into me, but I wanted to be. And there's a few throughout the years. I'm debating if to name them for the. Well, I was like, oh, for their privacy, but I mean, how is me saying that? Oh, when I was a throughout the years of my life, I had moments of obsession, which I think as a clinical term of favorite person. Um, which feels less scary than obsession. Well, because the trauma I had, I didn't when I first. I guess the trauma that I existed in. Well, I guess so. Then and then it went away. So I guess I had okay. Anyway, the names that have come to mind: Virginia Healy, Heba Elawal, Lydia Safransky, Beth Ann Sowers, Ashley Rose. And the way that I felt about them was to an unhealthy degree. Where I was willing to sacrifice my well being to please them. Well, I mean, because now as I'm saying that, I'm thinking about love. um, as often that obsession that I felt, I associated with love. It was the most extreme, or it was not the most extreme. I don't need to quantify it like that, but it was that feeling that can't get you out of my head. That as you wish feeling. Because I felt it for more. It's just when I felt it for them, it was largely rejected. There it is. That's what separates that list. Because I was thinking about that feeling that I felt, and it was no, I felt that I have sacrificed. I felt the desire to sacrifice my well-being for others, and it was every time I was in love. Mm. And when I wasn't willing to sacrifice my well being, I felt that it meant I didn't love. If I'm not willing to choose them over me, then I don't love them truly. That was difficult for me. Because they still weren't far from my thoughts. I still often, actually, not actually, as if the other thing wasn't actually as well. I also felt that to love, I must love only them. And so that way that I felt, where they weren't far from my thoughts, that I would all the things that well, I'm not going to say all the things. It's too general. It feels more general than I want to be right now. It's like I'm stuck to the ground. Yeah. 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 Even to have a sexual desire for others, because that was another part of romantic love, specifically. Because I'm shifting gears now, because this began with a more generalized understanding of love, as I also attribute it to my family members, where it is not often that they are far from my thought, and I would I would have sacrificed my well being for them. I would have sacrificed my ability to be for them. I would have sacrificed my being for them. Even as terrified as I am and was to not be, I felt that. And I felt that I had to. No matter how afraid I was, that I had to for them. Because I loved them. Because they were my family. I mean, I think very differently about sacrifice in general now. And that is next to speaking about love from the more general in that way to then thinking about the the different reasons that I didn't feel, if I felt like my love wasn't love enough. And that happened only in romantic relationships. my nuclear family has never questioned my love for them. Okay, I say never. My brother and sister might have when we were younger, as we were questioning everything. And my brother and I fought a lot. Oh, we fought so much. And yet, we were brothers. My sister and I, we didn't fight as much. We didn't talk as much either. As much as when I think about how much time I had with her on a regular basis, and I compare it to how little time I have now, I think back to how much time we had to talk. Not that we didn't do stuff. And I'm not even saying that we didn't talk. I don't remember it. That's more. I have a feeling that we didn't talk as much as I want to now. And yeah, with my sister as well. We were always siblings, and my parents, we were always their kids. And there was an understanding of a bond that we had that no matter what may come, we are here for each other. And I feel so fortunate to have that and to have had that with me my whole life. And I forget it sometimes, and I realize now that I can lean on that more than I have. And I appreciate them. It's not even that. It's just the recognition that I have of they are a part of the strength that I have to exist. No, exist doesn't feel. They are a part of the strength that I have to fight for myself, to speak out against whatever I speak out against, they give me the strength to be me. They don't give it to me. They are a part of my strength that I have to be myself at times. To be myself when I'm able to. Well, that's difficult. I was always being myself. I just didn't understand myself. And some of what I was being was because of what I thought I was supposed to be, and not because that's what I understood me to be. And as I am gaining understanding of myself, it changes how I am being. And as I am changing how I am being, they are still there to accept me as there are others who won't, because I am not who I was. I am not being who I was then. No. How I was being, there are people who built an understanding of me when I was being what I thought I was supposed to be instead of being what I understood myself to be. And so now, as I understand myself, or as I'm learning myself and gaining an understanding of myself, because I have gained, I am now never far from my thoughts, and I would do anything to to protect my well-being. And as I do that, and as I understand that, how I am presented and understood is going to change. And the fact that I feel I can always come home to them is it does this to me. So I am not a proponent of the word love. Um, all the emotions that I have felt, that I, in some combination or another, that I used to when I used all these noises. I feel like I'm being surrounded by squirrels, and at any moment they're going to attack. They're just getting into position, and every time I don't move, they're like, "Yeah, that's right. Stay right there." Charlie team, this is Alpha. We are in position. Oh, they're just gonna be on me. Um, yeah, the all the emotions that I felt, that when I felt them, I used love as the word to define what that was. They're all still there. They're not going anywhere. They are there regardless of what I call them. The word love for me um, was especially in and this is where the romantic version of the word love and my understanding of it has tainted how I feel about the word love, which has changed my desire to use it, because now when I hear it or when I say it, I am unable to detach the love trauma that I have been through in the sense or in the pursuit of romantic love. As I had those two pieces that I placed in romantic love, another piece was horny. Horny was a necessary, not necessary, yeah. Romantic love required horny. If I don't feel horny, it's not love. And horny was step one to finding romantic love. That was the opening, that was the first gate of the of the three gates of love. The first gate that must be opened is the horny gate. That's how I went about looking for romantic love. All right, who do I want to see if I love? And my senses, they were just honing in on a wide variety of women, of what I referred to then as women. My preference was really, at that time, for a wide variety of cleavage and lips and hair and eyes. Parts. Duh. Yeah. I was looking for parts. that was what my horny was. It was like, all right, what combination of parts makes this go chang chang chang? Oh no, what is it? Jangalang, jangalang. That's it. That's what I wanted. What combination of parts make me go jangalang, jangalang? That was step one. This was my metal detector of love. Let's see. Oh, it's not going off. Oh, you might have some love. You might have some love here. I gotta dig. I gotta dig to see if there's love. If there's love in here. And the metal detector, also a shovel. It's also what I use to dig. Oh. So, when horny faded, maybe. When horny faded, it meant love had faded. Because it's got to be there. I don't feel horny. Oh, shame, shame, shame. No love for you. There it is. There it is. That's the one. That's where I wanted that. So, I need to go clean these. I'm about to go clean these. I don't have to go. I am going to go clean these because I want them. I could have stayed out there. Don't worry. I'm almost done. You don't have to be without this face too much longer. I'm going to set this down. I'm going to put these, I left my flip-flops in the sun, and it was cool inside. And so when I put these on, it's like putting on little feet warmers. All right then. Yeah, so when horny faded, love faded. And yet, not being far from my thoughts and a willingness to sacrifice my well-being for them still existed. And that created a conflict within my understanding of what I was feeling for them. Because I both felt those two pieces, those powerful pieces that felt that I understood to be love. But without the horny, was it real? And then I would feel horny, metal detector would go off elsewhere. And then my focus and attention went elsewhere. I would think about it detecting for metal. And sometimes I would. Sometimes. In every relationship, I detected for metal. I think except for the first one. No, I mean I did. Yeah, no, I did. Well, so long ago, it's one of those. Well, okay, I did things and lied about it. I'm questioning the were we together or weren't we together of it. And I'm pretty sure well, the conflict that The conflict that I felt, oh yeah, metal detecting. I metal detected. I cheated. Drop the metaphor. I cheated on every girlfriend. I cheated every person that I called my girlfriend. I cheated on at some point in the relationship. The fact that I did that and couldn't stop doing it, I felt it was, well, there was a long period of my, I'm going to say a long period. There was a period of my life where I was single for many years because of that. That was part of it. It was I'm not going to not want to have sex with other people. So, if I'm single, then I can have sex with other people. Easy breezy. Don't gotta, not breaking in. My heart's not being broken. I don't have to deal with all of the uncertainty and pain that I understand that has come with the relationships that I've been in. And I still desired companionship. Someone to hang out with. Do stuff, watch movies, talk. And some sex. And then talking. And then sexing. Or sometimes just sex. Just, hey, we're going to watch a movie and then sex. And then sex and then sex. And that's it, just sex. So while I was having sex, I had a companion. I had a sex buddy. It was a buddy. We were having sex. It's like the buddies that I play video games with. That's all we do together. We play video games. We talk while we play video games about stuff that's not video games. And we're playing video games. They're my gaming buddies. This is my sex buddy. Yeah, we have sex. And we talk. And we do other stuff that's not sex. And we have sex. That was, I sex buddies, top tier. That was how I emotionally supported myself through that period of my life. My emotional support gaming buddies, my emotional support sex buddies. No, I do. I like sex buddy. The sex buddy framework A plus. Because buddies understand when you don't want to do stuff. When you don't want to do what I called boyfriend things. No, I don't. I don't want to help you build anything, unless it's a sex swing. If it's a sex swing, I'm down. Anything sex related, I'm building. I don't want to hang up at, well, no, I'll hang up a TV. Because I'm going to watch that TV. Probably, not probably, while we're having sex. We will be having sex to Stan, Kyle, Kenny, and Cartman in the background. Many a time. You too, SpongeBob. Many a time. Oh. Oh. Over and over. Oh. So, and then willing to do boyfriend stuff, I had to move into boyfriend was to, okay, I'm going to start picking you over me. I'm not going to do the stuff I want to do. I'm going to do the stuff that we want to do or that you want to do. And I didn't want to do. It's hard to find. It's not hard to find. It's not only that. I mean, I say that, and it was the thing about the sex buddy is the buddy wants me to do what I want. If I'm having sex with other people, the buddy is down. They're a buddy. Buddy don't mind. I'm saying the word buddy a lot, and now I don't want to. It was that, and I'm going to. Ugh. The sex buddy wasn't bothered that I had other sex buddies. That's what it was. Because we're all just buddies. The boyfriend was the one who became all buddies. It was like Jet Li in The One. I will be the one. I am nobody's bitch. You are mine. Yeah. It was the woman that wanted to be the one. And that upset the balance of the multiverse. Can't have that happen. And so I was single, and then I discovered. Oh yeah, so hold on, let me tie this bow. A lot of that internal conflict that I had with the language of love, because there would be times where I would feel like I'd love my buddy, but if I loved them and I didn't want them to be the one, it was it was love, but it wasn't true love. True love's got to be the one. And that was hard. Wow. That, I struggled with that. There it is. I struggled with that. Feeling love and not and feeling that it's not true love, so I must let this love go so that it may go find true love. And now I go find buddies. I struggled with that a lot. I struggled with that in every relationship that I have had. No. Every's way too big. That's an enormous word for a little human. No. All of my all in all of the relationships that I have had where I referred to the person as my girlfriend, I struggled with that. So, this, all of that, rewind, I don't know what rewind, but all of that I feel when I use the word love. So, I desire not to use it. As I am incapable of separating all of that struggle and pain from my understanding of the word. I am simply not able. I people use it towards me, and I'm not telling them. I don't have a desire for them not to, as they are expressing their emotion, and I also recognize the positive attributes of that language, of that word, the things that I felt when discussing my family. I recognize when the people who use it in my life, those are the sentiments in which they are imparting. And so I focus on those when I hear it. And I am incapable of not feeling what I feel. And I don't want to tell anyone what language to use. That's for them to decide. So they will use it, and I will feel all of that. And cool. And cool. I don't. No, I'm starting to walk past this thought. It needs more time than the words that I am giving it. I recognize that by simply me not saying it, I am able, it is easier for me to understand what I am feeling, which increases my feeling of it when I use language that is more specific than the word love. As I understood love to be a cocktail of feelings, a stew of many, and it culminates and turns into love. I prefer to speak about the ingredients of it and use that language as it increases my understanding of what I'm understanding. When discussing my family earlier, I didn't use the language of love. I spoke about why I felt, what I felt, and that connected me to it in a way that I feel deeper than when I use the word love. It's deeper than love. Oh, did I sip this? About to be out of water. The obsession that I have with myself now, at one time, I would have called it love. The prioritization of self. The appreciation, and just the understanding of self. And not just. And the understanding of self. And continuing to understand myself so that I am able to appreciate myself. I would have once called all of that love. And now I just call it that, which I recognize takes way longer. So much longer. And yeah, it does. I want to, I am, I would like, I would like to take the time for those who I feel that way about, as that is the most precious thing that I have to give them. My time.